In today's day and age, many people often overlook the importance of mental health. They view it as something that's not needed or required for them. They view it as insignificant, or they just plain ignore it. They think, why should I worry about mental health? I don't have any problems going on in my life, and I'm generally a grateful person. I myself used to be in the exact same boat as them, as probably most of you people watching the video, as if we don't have any problems in life and we're a bit grateful for what we have, then that's all we need, right? The answer could be nothing further from that. Most people's mental health is bad, and I'll explain further on. I could list millions of benefits doing this, but I prefer to get straight into the video and talk about it. The first thing we need to talk about is a reference point. That reference point will be my story, just so you can see where I started and where I went to. Essentially, I'm just like you, an average person, didn't have any significant problems, any significant trauma, nothing like that, except a bit of financial shortcomings, which I get a lot of people generally go through around financial problems, just like that, but they've been fixed now. But aside from that, it was not really a problem that would keep me up at night, make me worried, make me anxious, nothing like that. And as I was frugal and had financial problems, I became more grateful for the things I had and valued them more. So I was a bit more grateful person as well. So you'd assume I would have average to above average mental health, you'd assume. That could be further from the truth. After doing the activities that I'm about to tell you shortly, my productivity took a skyrocket increase. Everything just went well. I did well at work, I did well at school, I was doing well at my other work, everything just improved. And I felt in control of my time and everything started making sense. It felt like this was the one puzzle piece that was missing. Sort of how James Clear talks about identity and atomic habits, sort of like that. It sort of fits in with that and it really shapes everything you do. I originally came through this topic or this idea through Hamza, and I thought, why not bring it in here? Because it'll serve a lot of value. So let's get started. The first thing you need to do is visit the NHS website. I'll put a link in the description, and essentially there's a quiz there. This is a quiz you will do at the start of our 2-week experiment. During these 2 weeks, we'll do the activities that I'm about to talk about shortly. And then after the 2 weeks, we'll do another test just to see the difference between the scores. So just do the test and jot down your score. And then we'll come back 2 weeks time and then we'll see how that score differs. The habits and activities that we're going to implement during this 2-week experiment are the following: reading, gratitude journal, meditation, and exercising. So these are the 4 things that we'll be focusing on during this period. Just to instill more knowledge and theory into this and cement this, if you guys have read the book Awaken the Giant by Tony Robbins, he talks about the concept of improving your mental state, which can sort of be linked to this. To give you an example of this, let's say someone cracks a joke, right? Normally you laugh at the joke, but if you're in an irritable mood or an irritable mental state, that same joke, same person, same phrase, you will be angry and you'll be irritable at that same phrase, just because you're in a different mental state. This can sort of be linked into mental health, and I'll expand on this just shortly. It seems my like button is being a bit irritable because it has not been clicked. So can you please fix that? This is a very simple example that I've given you to improve your mental health and mental state, but I hope you can see the correlation and see it as like the missing puzzle piece, especially with the book Atomic Habits, because we understand we've got to change your identity, but how do we actually take that next step, right? This is where this comes in. Your mental health. Because think about it, that same example. We'll go person A, person B. I love those examples. So person A is someone sad, unhappy, and then there's person A who is happy, just content. They have the same circumstances. Who do you think will be more willing to change and improve for the better? Who do you think has a higher likelihood of going to the gym or pursuing a new hobby, a new activity, or learning a new skill to increase income? Who do you think has a higher possibility and a higher chance of doing that? Generally the happy person. The same thing can be applied like, oh, why don't you guys do extra work after you've done your 9 to 5? Why? Because you're tired, you're fatigued. That in turn changes your mood, it makes you a bit irritable, so you want to enjoy and relax. But if you were still good, you were still grateful, or just in an okay state during that period, your likelihood of working would increase, working on your side hustle. So this is a very important concept. Remember, the success of your financial or monetary life is a direct result of your personal life. If your personal life is in chaos, how can you make money? Now I'll talk about why I implemented the following activities/habits into this 2-week period. The first one is reading. The reason why I implemented reading is simply because many people are living in a overstimulated state of mind, or they're over aroused. And what reading does, it lowers your arousal rate and brings you in a calm state, which is what you need. Because think about it, even now, a lot of people would have clicked off the video. Oh, it's not entertaining, it's not flashy necessarily. Or if there's people still watching the video, they may have gone to the comment section, they may have gone somewhere else, or they're just doing something on the side. How many people are truly focusing? Think about that. And that's all you need to success. It doesn't have to be directly money related. It is, but like just general stuff. How are you going to complete an assignment if you can't focus? How are you going to complete a task at hand your boss has given if you can't focus, if you get distracted? So this is something that many people underestimate or overlook then and there, but it's very important to keep this in control, because if you're overstimulated and you can't focus, how are you going to get anything meaningful in life done? I really want you to think on that. The second habit that we're going to be doing during this period is gratitude journaling. Many people say, oh, Mihir, I'm already grateful for what I have. I'm like, yeah, can you expand on that point? You ask people to expand, but they only go to like the very surface level things. I can say, oh, I'm grateful to live in Australia. I'm grateful to live in a place where I'm, protected. So I'm grateful because I have a roof over my head. Like, this is good, but put it in writing and then dive deeper. Like, I start off with my gratitude journaling first thing in the morning, which I recommend for most people. Starting your day off with gratitude, that is crazy, especially where you actually write it down. So you can say, I'm grateful for my pet Zoe, I'm grateful for my dad, I'm grateful for this person, and then you say why. And then you expand on it. The whole thing is just to reach another layer or more depth. You can say, oh, I'm grateful for this mattress. It's been there for 14 years, when I didn't have money, or XYZ. Like, there's a million things you can go into. You can go so deep. And if you start your day off like that, how crazy will that be? You're already starting from a win, right? You're already starting from success, in a sense, in your mind. Because your mind can't tell the difference between reality and imagination. So you're starting from a frame of success. And this is why also Jordan Peterson talks about, making your bed. Because you get a win or success in the day. So it's very important, even though it seems insignificant, but it's very, very, very important. The next thing that I mentioned is meditation. Meditation is, I believe, actually the missing puzzle to Atomic Habits. Because James Clear, if you haven't already, basically talks about integrating habits and how you successfully do it. Because many people do it for a while, then they stop. But yeah, environment is important, identity is important, but how do you change your identity really? You can say things in your mind, but if your mind is out of control and you can't make it obey you, then how are you going to do anything? Like, before meditation, my mind used to wander everywhere. That's why I can focus now, because after doing meditation for a period of time, I've dropped off on and off, but doing it consistently, I can control my thoughts. I feel much calmer, much relaxed, because I can control my thoughts. And think about it, if you can control your thoughts, what should you be doing? You should be pumping in more positive thoughts, right? And this sort of eliminates the negative beliefs, the beliefs that do not serve you, which is very important. So you're getting that as well. Last one, or the final one, is exercise. And I know I don't need to go into details to why you should exercise, aside from obviously being more energized, losing weight, being healthy, being more attractive. Like, there's so many reasons why you should exercise, right? I won't go into detail. But overall, I hope this made sense. And it gave you a new thing to pursue, because many people don't understand how bad their mental health is. Like, if you come home after work and just watch Netflix, binge watching, like, think about the actual cause of that. Don't think of the symptom that you're doing that, but where does it stem from? And I believe everything literally stems from mental health. Because if you're a happy person, would you watch like 6 hours of Netflix? Would you do like bad things, Why would you do that if you're already happy and content with where you are? So keep that in mind. If you enjoyed this video, please make sure to hit like and hit subscribe. And if it delivered value to you, please make sure to let me know in the comments, and let me know if you guys have done any of this, because I'd be really interested to know and find out other people doing this aside just me and a few other people. So thank you for watching. I hope to catch you guys soon. Bye.